The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own and in no way meant to offend or upset anyone. We ad-lib, paraphrase and imitate to convey reviewed content only. It's a bit of a laugh. Enjoy!
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to...
Hear me and rejoice. Wee mad Ma. Oh, I got a bit of liking for that boy. Ma. How you doing, mate? All right?
Aye, everything is hunky-dory. Hunky-dory. How about yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Top of the world, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale. I promise I'm going to perk up. The season finale of season 2. What's the script? Chris and I are doing our number one Marvel movie, which is Avengers Infinity War. And it's obviously brought to you again in partnership with Tone Multimedia. Get on the links, follow my man, give him some business. So, obviously, I was going to say spoiler alerts if you've not seen this, but if you've not seen this, I don't want to fucking know you, mate.
I know, mate. I know there is people that don't watch like the Marvel movies and stuff, but this is just mega. See this?
Aye.
It's just superb, man. Start to finish.
I know. There's absolutely nothing in it to kind of rib. There's some things in it we can have a laugh at, but there's nothing in it to go, what they doing there? How's that? You know what I mean? The CGI is amazing, man. And there's a right amount of CGI compared to real world stuff as well. So you're no like Quantum Mania, but it's just CGI'd all the way through, and it was too much, man.
Aye, somebody was just sick onto screen. Like, what's that?
Yeah, that's true, mate. So, for anybody that's not up to speed with the Marvels, if you're one of the people that goes, the Marvel, I just don't do the superhero thing, you know? No, I've not. Have you seen Star Wars? No, I've not seen the Star Wars, is it? Fucking Canadian.
I know. I like it to be more venez chez voir, like fuck up.
Have you ever seen anything by 1937 director Jupel Mokoki? Yeah, he done an absolutely fantastic piece on the life and soul of a cigarette paper. It was just, it got you, you know, it's art.
And there's a 2-hour video of a black and white film with a fag paper just blowing in the wind with a harp playing in the background. You know what I mean? You're like...
Every now and again, if there's a change in the wind direction, you hear the bassoon coming in.
Oh, mate.
Some of the things I've heard about this, why don't you like Marvel stuff? And because it's too far-fetched. It's make-believe, Jesus Christ. What do you expect? You know what I mean?
That's practically, 90% of the film industry. You know what I mean? Like, see when people like shoot a gun with one hand, do you know how difficult that is?
Aye, mate.
You know what I mean? What?
I've got recoil shoulder myself, you know.
See, like
for popping caps.
See, like Dirty Harry. See that fucking Magnum he's holding. See that would have kicked back and he'd have probably fucking shot himself in the head before the bullet got out the barrel. Know what I mean?
If he did, his arm would have been like Dylan out of blooming Predator, just lying there, still shooting, unattached. You son of a bitch. So, before we get any further, mate, just like to say, obviously it's the finale of season 2, and before I forget, before you prompt me about an hour in, love you, Phil Hartman. There we go. That's it.
So modest.
Body of work, which could have been even more vast. You know what I mean? So, mate, for the
This would
people.
have been mega if Phil Hartman done Thanos. Oh, brilliant, man.
Jesus. I am inevitable.
Superb, man. Oh.
That's why I never taught you to lie. Because you're so bad at it. Liz.
Oh, so good, man.
Imagine Arnold as Thanos, I know. Fucking
Oh.
hell, man. He actually might have been alright. But again, to go with the CGI, we've got the Thanos is flawless, isn't he? Compared to, remember at the end of Avengers and all that, you just seen him wee bits of his eyes glowing in the dark and all that, and you're like, absolutely brilliant.
Aye. So, when I went to see this, the pictures and all that, I was a bit disappointed. See when he takes his armor off, but I can understand it. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It's a bit much. Aye. Know what I mean for the CGI.
Hello. That's my Superman.
No. Right, son. One. Out. Look at mummy. Yeah. Go on. Go on. Smashing that. It's my boy just making an appearance for the first time in 50 episodes. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's a special guest there.
Aye. Better will come back in. He's getting leathered. Aye, sorry, mate. You were saying about Thanos?
It's going to a Thanos click. Just disappears the dust. But the film opens up in it, and it's Thanos. He's attacked the last of the Asgardians, isn't he? But he's killed half of them, I think, in it, because he's obviously let other ones escape, like Valkyrie and stuff.
I mean, as the timeline goes, it's the end of Ragnarok, innit?
Aye.
Because Asgard's been destroyed, and what's left of the refugees for Asgard are on this ship, which Thanos has intercepted, and he's already got a stone, and he's looking for the Tesseract one as well.
Aye. And it's like your introduction to him, isn't it? It's just all this carnage, and it's like Thor all the way through these Avengers films and Marvel and stuff. He's the strongest, isn't he, really? And then that's just when you see like Thanos is actually carrying him. Like, have you ever seen that video? It's the dad comes home with his wee boy, and his wee boy's took a tantrum, and he just picks him up with a jacket and walks him into the house.
Aye.
That's
good, that, innit? See that little thing? It's an introduction to Thanos, but it also gives you a perspective of how bloody big he is, you know what I mean? Aye. But a lot of the big thing we've had problems with in the Marvel and Star Wars kind of Disney stuff is scale. You're like, I can't get that. But right away, he just picks him up, as you say, with the breastplate, drags him, drops him. Amazing, man.
Aye. And as he just that into it, when you find out that he's done everybody in, and wee ma, what you're right into him, wee ma.
Wee ma.
Mad wee scheme ball. He's just walking about. Just
hear me and rejoice and get home for your nuggets at 5. You're getting kept in. So Loki's just trying to give kind of Thanos the patter. Well, you'll never get that. Why not? Well, for one thing, we have a Hulk, and bloody Hulk appears, doesn't he?
Aye, and this was good, but it also was terrible as well for me. Because like
comic law, it's no good, I don't know.
Aye, obviously Hulk and Thanos start fighting, right? And Thanos like proper leathers him, takes care of the Hulk. Like the Hulk, you're supposed, he can't be defeated and all this stuff. So in that context, it was good that it showed you Thanos could take care of him, no bother. But then you kind of lost the Hulk for me. Know what I mean? So it was just...
It was all Mark Ruffalo, it was all Bruce Banner. And the wee odds to the fact that Hulk has been emotional damaged. You know what I mean? And doesn't know why it came out. I suppose I know if I think about it as well, when the Hulk gets his arse handed to him, Heimdall decides to open the Bifrost and let him away.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why? Why Hulk? Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Aye. I don't know if it's maybe send a message to Earth or something. I don't know, but it's just
Possibly, mate.
aye. Maybe think that the Hulk will get his shit together and they can help in the next fight or something. But it's just that was the one of the few things that annoyed me about this, that Hulk just disappeared. And then obviously the next film you get Professor Hulk, which kind of worked, but at the same time you're not getting the Hulk. You know what I mean? It's just
Aye. Disappointing. But obviously we've got stuff to come, apparently, for Hulk. I just hope it's no on a par with the last time we seen him and She-Hulk, and it's no that. Because the Hulk is meant to be a mindless, raging maniac, you know what I mean?
well, apparently they're talking about going down the road of Planet Hulk, which, like, to kickstart that story anyway, Hulk gets sent in a rocket away from Earth because he's too dangerous. Know what I mean?
The
And he just
Skrulls in it?
I can't remember what
No,
it is. No, but
I think the Skrulls have got something to do with it, but no directly. But I can't remember. But aye, you're right. But having seen his son on She-Hulk, like,
aye, Scar. Know what I mean? So if you see him in like the comic version and all that, he just looks like a fucking monster.
he
But
was closer to Shrek than he was a
I
Hulk.
know, I know, mate. It's so bad, so bad.
You just imagine Shrek when he goes like that. Oh, hello there. You look familiar.
Get out of my swamp!
So Heimdall lets Hulk away the Bifrost. Thanos says that was a mistake, just walks up to him and kills him right away. You know what I mean? Stabs him through the chest. Thor's no happy. You're going to die for that. But Maw's already gets the metal in his mouth. But he's got magneto powers, except he can do everything, not just metal, can't he? And
Aye.
oh, you're a creepy
Aye,
bastard,
he's
you.
quite sinister that we did, isn't he? Aye,
Smashing.
that's what I mean. See that bit right there? Thor channeled his inner Han Solo. Because see that? He's when he goes that, there's a big break between it and it.
Aye. Aye, you're right.
Oh.
So Loki then tells Thanos that well, discussed it. They don't know where the Tesseract stone is. Or I can't remember what stone it is, but Loki has it, doesn't he? And then he tries to kid on to Thanos. Look, I'll pledge myself to you, and do you know what I mean?
Aye. It's all really a ruse, isn't it? So he can get close to try and assassinate Thanos, isn't it? But Thanos is uh, dastardly. But Thanos is white, isn't he?
Oh,
And
he's
it's
right
just
right to everything, that boy.
aye. But see this is again with this film, this is what I kinda like because it didn't go down like superhero vibes anymore, know what I mean? Because right away you get Idris Elba's character gets killed, and then Thanos literally chokes Loki to death. Know what I mean?
So,
And
I
you
was just going
see
to say the same
when the
thing, mate. You're in act one, and you're literally going, "Oh, gloves are off." You know what I mean? There's consequence here.
aye.
Do you know what I mean for your actions? This isn't. There's just it's not the collateral damage that you don't care about. This is two main dudes here.
Exactly. Know what I mean? Plus, it's like see when he kills Loki, you know, and you can see the blood coming out his eyes and his nose and his mouth and all that. Know what I mean? And you're going, so that's a bit graphic there, doesn't he? I like that. Keep that.
None of that, please, for Christ's sake.
Aye.
So the next thing we know, we get a wee bit of Hulk travelling through space in the Bifrost. We cut to Steve Strange and Mr. Wu. I call him Mr. Wu. Just having a wee talk in the sanctum. And then Hulk crashes through the stairs, doesn't he?
Aye. And it just that was good to see where you see Bruce kind of turning back into Bruce, know what I mean? and it's Thanos is coming, but it's also Hulk was saying that before it was Bruce. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Thanos is coming, like he's terrified and all. So it was
And
good, man.
Strange, just before we cut to the opening credit bit, Strange goes like, "Who?" I mean,
You know what I mean? But they said, "Oh, well, back well with Tony and Pepper, didn't they? They're obviously an item now. They're right in
not got the
amongst each
same,
other. Like,
not got the same ring to it as salt and pepper. You know, can I pass that Tony for me, please?
Can I get some Tony on my chips? I beg your pardon.
Aye, there's been, as you say, mate, they're married, aren't they? And they're actually discussing a family in a roundabout sort of way, because Tony says, "I dreamt we had a kid." And Pepper kind of looks at him as if us, you know what I mean? Parents, yeah, if you're not, you're an untrustworthy bastard. But he says it's a wee boy, and they call them Morgan, which is obviously they have a daughter, and then they call her Morgan, didn't they? But it's quite good,
Aye.
man.
Aye, it's good. And they're interrupted by Doctor Strange into it and Bruce telling them that we need to have a sit down, mate, because there's shit afoot.
But,
Know what I mean?
aye, exactly. And Bruce just comes out the portal and just says, "Tony," and walks up to him, gives him a hug, and you see Tony's face just pure confused at what's happened, what's going on, what have I missed here?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
But no, back to the sanctum and all that, isn't it? And it's obviously Wong is telling Tony about the soul or the stones. You know what I mean? And it's just Tony's attitude again. Why don't we just get rid of the time stone and all that, and this is all solved? You know what I mean? And it's just no. We can't be doing that.
Aye.
This
Let's
protects the
put that one
reality.
down the, that's it, let's put that one down the garbage disposal. No, because we've took an oath to look after it, so we can't destroy it. Very good, man. So Tony then says, it reveals the fact to Bruce, who's been out the game for a wee while, about the split within the Avengers. You know what I mean? He's like,
Aye.
"What?" He says, "Oh God, you haven't caught up in the spell, have you?" But we split up. We're toast. What, split up? What, like a band? Like the Beatles? It's just cracking line, man.
I mean, it's just I just revealing to hang me Bruce into the whole Civil War carry on. Know what I mean? And I've not spoken on this time, but it's when Bruce says to him into it, he's like, "Listen, it doesn't really matter who you're not talking to. Thanos is coming, and it's the end for everybody." And it's just whips out this flip phone. I miss flip phones. I miss them. How cool did
I
you
know
feel with a
this
flip phone?
shockingly out of time in it, even then, because what are we, 2018, aren't we? But this was it. Flip phone comes out, he looks at Steve Rogers' name, but then he feels a wee breeze, and he looks at Strange's hair, which is flickering. Are you flickering your hair with your powers right now? No, not that I know of. And then you hear a wee bit of commotion, and they go outside, and Thanos' goons have just appeared in New York, hadn't they? The big donut ship.
Aye, and just everybody's running in fear of this, know what I mean? And it's just walk around in this big, massive donut in the air, know what I mean? Spinning.
Aye.
But then we're on a school bus, isn't it?
Aye.
We're on a school bus, and it'll be Peter. Oh, his Spidey sense goes aft, isn't it?
His hair's got up in his arm. It's a brilliant how they do that. It's just really good, man.
Aye. And he just sees this thing, mate, and he says to his wee pal, "You need to make a distraction while you lag out here," sort of thing. And that wee guy just goes, "Oh, we're not going to die." It's just fucking superb, man.
Aye,
Oh,
brilliant.
and that's
Then we cut. He escapes the bus, doesn't he, and swings out under the Brooklyn Bridge and all that.
That's where you get your wee Stan Lee cameo, isn't it? Have you
Aye.
never seen Aliens before? Know what I mean? Aye.
Aye, he's the bus driver, isn't he, man? You ever seen a spaceship before? So
Yeah.
we cut back to like the main road in New York. Strange has spelled away all the commotion, and it's just a big ship. And two of Thanos' goons get boomed in, didn't they? So it's Proxima.
Aye.
Is the lassie.
Aye.
I know she's not there. She's not there, isn't she? No.
No, it's that big brutish guy.
The big British guy and Ma.
Aye, wee mom.
Just imagine Nick Cotton. All right, Ma.
Aye.
So he starts
But
his
again,
talking,
he's
didn't he?
Aye. He's just, we're here for the stone, lads. Hand it over. In no uncertain terms, know what I mean? You have been chosen, graced by me.
Rejoice, for you have been chosen. And then Tony's just typical Tony goes, sorry, Earth is closed today. Do you know what I mean?
And that mod doesn't like it, isn't it? It's like arrogance. Like he's getting cut off. But anyway, it just says he's big body, didn't he? Go and fetch me the stone, lad. There's a good gin. Know what I mean?
So we have a crack, and then we have a cracking wee comedic bit between Tony and Bruce. Where's your guy? Suit up? I can't, but we're sort of having a thing. Thing? I think that's a thing. Look at that. That's a thing.
So that was, it says, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
That was ad-libbed. That bit, which is
mate.
class.
Aye,
You
superb,
can just
man.
always imagine from a director's point of view, something's ad-libbed. And just a lot of things have got to kind of sink in. You've got to rely on people know Brett in character, and then everybody seeing you going like, keep going.
Aye.
You know what I mean? But he says it amazing, and then Bruce is so, look, just sit this one out. Away you go, it's okay, I'll deal with it. And then he taps his chest plate. And he does the slow-mo walk, doesn't he?
Aye. Aye, because we were talking about this the last time, mind. What happens to his glasses. And so many masks. So many masks.
So many craps.
Oh.
Take my Captain America one later.
But aye. But that's that, isn't it? You just he's new in nano suit, isn't it? And he changes to Iron Man, which is superb class. Know what I mean? Obviously Iron Man 1 is seeing how he changes into his suit now, know what I mean? The complete hassle with it.
See, even though Iron Man 1 was obviously the inception of Mark 1, Mark 2, and it was slow changing, Iron Man 2 was fucking slower. When it has that briefcase and he puts it down and presses a button and it just goes up his finger. But this time, like Nick, who was it? What's his name again? The baddie, the Russian guy. What's his name in real life again?
Mickey Rourke or something.
Mickey Rourke. Like, you just imagine him, his two electric whips just storing, waiting. Do you know what I mean? Hurry up, Tony. One. Shut up, mate. But in this, you're right, mate. It is. It's smashing. Really, really good.
Aye. Plus, he's got these big other like pulse cannons that come out the back of him as well, isn't it? And they just blow the big British guy down the street again. Know what I mean? Like, even Bruce is impressed. What was that? Oh, nanotech.
Nanotech, you like it? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But it's the next thing, isn't it? They send Bruce away, didn't they? Strange puts him through a portal and sends him away, sort of thing.
We hot a taxi.
Aye, aye, and it nearly lands on him and all. But aye, thanks for your love and care there.
So it takes kind of Tony's eye off the ball a wee bit. He gets leathered and ends up in the park with Bruce. Bruce runs up to go, "Hey Tony, how are we doing? Are we winning? Good, really good. You planning helping out?"
I'm trying, but he won't come out.
But this time, kind of the big British guy, we'll just call him with the claw thing, is just about to lay into Tony, and it stops, and he turns around and looks up, and it's Peter's just arrived, isn't he? Hey, Mr. Stark, what's this guy's deal?
You know what I mean? Aye, what is it? It says to him, these guys are trying to steal a magic stone from a wizard. And you're just like, what?
Because by this time, Moz got a hold of Doctor Strange. He's choking him with an iron bar and all that to try and get this thing off, which I still don't see the physics in the cape getting Strange out of that because it's tight on his
Aye.
neck, man.
Aye. It's just, oh, it's, what did you say? It's so unbelievable.
But we'll allow it. We'll allow it. So the next thing we know, you just see in the background is Tony, no Tony, Stephen Strange getting taken away by the cape and Mad Maw chasing him on the wee bit of grin. That's hey kid, that's a wizard, get on it.
Right away, and it's just, because Moz like throwing stuff in front of Spider-Man and not, isn't he? Like moving things in his way and trying to block his path and stuff. But then there's a Strange no slip out his cloak. You know what I mean?
His cloak gets
And
snagged,
just...
man, and he falls out it. But poor Spider-Man gets him.
Oh.
And just as no sooner as they got him, then they get caught in the tractor beam, didn't they, to get taken up to the ship?
Aye. That's it. Aye, wee Spidey's sitting shouting to Tony, isn't he? I'm being beamed up.
Mr. Stark, I'll be beamed up.
But then what is it? Tony gets a big piece of metal wrapped around him and he can't move into it. And just when Big Brutus is ready to stab him, is it Wong opens a photo into it and sends him to the Arctic. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And shuts it again when the big guy tries to get back through again and it cuts his head off in it. But it's just when Tony says to him, like, Wong, you're invited to my wedding.
Brilliant. So then, just as he says that, he shoots up to get Peter, who's getting beamed away on the big donut. Gets to up there and he realises Peter's running out of air because of the altitude. And he says, come on, kid, let go. You're too high. You're running out of air. He went, that makes sense. I don't know why he stops being sticky as he loses control, consciousness. But anyway, he falls, didn't he? And that's when Tony just says, was it Friday, innit? Friday, release 17A.
Aye, that's it. And this is when Spider-Man gets his new big shiny suit. Which I'm not really too keen on. I don't like the gold.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. No, it just looks too metallic, too. Nah, not into it at all, mate. Big, jaggy gold bit spiders and all that, and all the different reds and blues and stuff. But anyway, it gets him, catches him in midair, and manages to take him back onto stick to the donut again. He goes, oh man, Mr. Stark smells like a new car in here. Happy trails, kid. Send him home Friday. And a wee parachute comes out, lobs him, and you think he's away, didn't you?
Aye. Oh, come on. Aye. Tony goes into the ship, didn't he? And then this is when he talks to Pepper, isn't it? And it's, see, this is where I think I know that Pepper was, see, when obviously the phone call breaks up, I think Pepper was trying to tell Tony that she was actually preggers at that point.
Really? I just never thought anything other than Pepper's been, she's just left Tony, remember, no long ago, because they were in the park together. And then she's seen what happens, went, tell me you're knowing that shit. About that, you maybe want to push dinner reservations back a little. Tony, Jesus Christ.
Because I don't know what age his daughter is, obviously, in Endgame, you know what I mean? But I can't remember, how long is the blip again?
5 year.
5 year? So,
5 year.
I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? Because to be honest, it doesn't look younger than 5, you know what I mean?
No. Well, there is the explanation that Tony and Pepper could have got pregnant after the blip, you know? So, it was just funny about the Morgan thing. That was quite good.
Aye.
I just didn't think the blip's going to happen. I'm just not wanting to have sex anymore. I'm not doing it. I can't. I can't get hard for you, hen. The thought of all the people. Oh, Jesus.
So Thanos' last joke. He made my penis disappear, man.
Hey, I'm a unit. Oh, wait,
Oh,
man.
but
So we go down to ground level again
Bruce,
just very quickly. And Bruce has found the flip phone. And Wong's like, listen, we're going back to the sanctum. Are you coming? And Bruce just says, no, I'm going to make a call. And it's Steve Rogers' name that's in the phone.
yeah. And next thing, Rubber Band Man's playing.
Brilliant, isn't it? See when they're singing it as well, and he just goes, sing it, Drax. He goes to Drax, he's sleeping. Here comes the comedy. Superb.
Superb one. But aye.
They've been
The
called to a
Guardians are
distress
flying
call.
to this SOS.
Aye, which was the Thor's ship, wasn't it? Or the many ships that were there.
Aye, Asgardian ship. Aye,
Asgardian.
but see the thing at all. Paul says to Gru, stop playing that game or something. And then he says, I am Groot. He's like, whoa!
Some acorns on you, kid. I'm gonna take that thing. I'm gonna smash it to pieces. Ever since you got a little sap.
Fucking
But
superb, man.
Just having a wee bit
attitude.
Back and for it. They arrive at the destination. There's just broken bodies and bits of ship flying about in it. So they're like, I think we're not getting paid.
That's it. Then the next thing, Thor lands on the windshield, didn't he? Mad rockets
Good
like
enough.
wipers.
Wipers. But as soon as he thuds against the windscreen, they'll go, oh! And his wee eye opens. And the next thing he's in, unconscious, in the ship, and then they're all looking over him, man.
Mate, this is fucking hilarious, man. As it Quill says, he's like, how is this dude still alive? And then Drax like, this is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. Handsome man.
Muscular man. And then Gamora starts running her horn up him. Yeah, his muscles are like Valerian steel. Stop stroking his muscles. And she just realizes.
What is it, Drax? Drax will go like that. It's like an angel had a child with a pirate. Pirate angel.
That's right. Brilliant. Quills instantly goes like that. Just says to Mantis, all right, wake him up. And Mantis wakes him up when he obviously gets up with a startle kind of stuff. And the instant kind of jealousy between Quill and Thor's funny as hell. It's something they shoulda and coulda lent into in that last one, that last piece of shite. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Film.
Love and Thunder. Aye. Because I thought that you were going to get married the Guardians in that. But obviously.
Aye. Bit part.
Nah. But
he's sitting eating his wee bowl of soup there. And he finds out that Gamora was the daughter of Thanos. Because he says, you seem to know an awful lot about Thanos. And then he gets up as if he's going to do something about it, doesn't he? But he just puts his hand on his shoulder. Families can be hard. And he tells her about everybody that's died and his family. And then Peter sneaks in between the two of them. I had to kill my dad, which was really hard. And my mom died of cancer, and that was tough. And it's just, I've had more heartache than you.
Aye, and I made it out with both my eyes. You know what I mean?
So Thor walks over to the control panel, starts, what is this, a 4-digit code? And they're like, what are you doing? I'm taking your pod.
Aye. And it's just
and like, Peter,
aye.
Before
you
he
will
does
not
it, he
be
goes,
taking our pod today, sir.
See, before he does it, he goes, he sets himself. Quill, why are you talking like that? This is my voice. So Thor goes up. Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me?
He's trying to copy me.
brilliant, man. So funny.
Fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah. So he says to him, "Where are you going to go anyway, Thor?" And he goes like that, "Nowhere." And they go, "Hang on." But the Quill instinct goes like, "Nowhere. It's a place. We've been there." Do you know what I mean?
It was
Guardians
awful.
1 people, you know,
Aye.
we were there. Big floating heat, sentinel heat, you know.
Aye.
The
But
mind, the fucking brain goo in there.
Thor's gonna go. He's gonna go to fucking what? I can't remember the name of the place, man. I just called it the
Oh,
Forge. He's got to the Forge
it is
shopping centre.
called Nidevilar. Nidevilar.
That's why I just
Where,
called it the Forge.
I know. I call it a Forge, mate. You're right, aye. Fuck it. Smashing. So they have a wee bit of back and forth. Thor decides to christen Rocket, the captain and the brainiest person on the ship. But long story short, Thor, Rocket, and Groot get their escape pod to go to the Forge to get a new hammer. He thinks he's getting a hammer, and the rest of the Guardians are going to go to nowhere and try and get the stone before Thanos, aren't they?
Aye, that's it. That's the plan. They all split up, head their own ways, and it's just what is it? Thor says to him, "I bid you farewell, morons."
Aye. By that time, they'll know for answering back. Just go, okay, aye, good. So then, but in Edinburgh, they've just wrote that Viz and Wanda have been pumping like rabbits for 2 years.
Aye, they've been battering a Mars bar there, is what they've been doing.
Aye. And although they've agreed to check in with Steve and Nat and all that to make sure they're okay, Vision is discussing the options of the two of them just disappearing forever. You know what I mean? It's just such unrequited love between someone that was built in a 3D printer and a witch.
And the most romantic city on earth, Edinburgh.
No. But you can't drive for fucking junkies fucking running into your car, getting chased by security guards. So they're outside. They've went a wee walk outside this mad kebab shop, and that's when they noticed the television about the attack on New York and Thanos and stuff. And then there's a wee sign in the doorway. It says, "We will deep fry your kebabs." I know we deep fry a lot of stuff in Scotland, but
why the fuck is that a thing?
Aye.
That's why people talk about us, mate.
Aye, I bet Jenny Murray, Karen Gillan had something to do with that. You know what I mean? Because I think she's the only Scottish person on the set, I think.
Probably, aye.
But, aye, so they're just... I don't like the love story between the two.
Scotland, but nah, it happens in the comics, but it's a bit weird, you know what I mean?
That's very weird.
Because he is technically an android.
So I say, he's built in a 3D printer, you know what I mean? He's got an Infinity Stone in his napper. And see, for all the legs up in life that he's been given, he gets his fucking arse kicked at every opportunity. He's pathetic.
Every single one. Aye. He is not the chosen one.
And by the way, mate,
but
they're having this wee chat. They're just, I need to go back. You know what I mean? We need to go and help. And before you can say, where the fuck do you come from? Vision's got a spear in his back coming out his front. How did nobody see him coming? The guy's about 7.5 feet tall, man.
Aye, it's just they're just ambushed into. I'm just surmising that they. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm just surmising that maybe they climbed down the building and popped out a stank or something like that. Know what I mean? Just
don't take gift it. I'm just picking. I'm being pedantic, mate. I'm picking holes, but you're right. They've been ambushed by Proxima and 7.5 foot tall guy with a spear, and there's a good kind of battle back and forth. I'd just like to say, even though we're from Glasgow, I know for a fact that Edinburgh is never shut. It's never this quiet.
Never. So I was just thinking that. How the fuck did they manage that? Like,
Aye.
I know they shut streets and all that down, but see the train station.
Waverley
I
Station.
don't know
Aye.
how the fuck did they manage that? Because that is literally never empty, never.
It's huge. It's fucking huge, man. But it's brilliant. I really like it. It's actually good cinematography, the whole thing.
Mhm.
Edinburgh at night, it's a beautiful city anyway. You see a bit of the architecture, and as you said there, mate, Wanda ends up trying to catch Viz after falling, and they fall through the glass roof of the Waverley Station, didn't they?
Aye, and it's good that it's in Scotland and all, mate. Like,
Mhm.
Marvel daft and all that, so at least something's in Scotland. But Wanda goes to protect Vision again, didn't she? As these two are approaching her, and then there's this train comes behind her, and it's just a wee moment. Oh, fucking hell, man!
Look, man, like Captain Chaos for this one, didn't I? Dun dun
I
dun!
mate, you look like fucking what's his name? Oh, Captain Insano. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
But you're right, mate. Steve didn't have the mask on anyway. But the train comes behind Wanda, and you just see Proxima's face going, something's happening there. And the train goes by, she flings her spear, and a black figure catches it, and then steps into the light, and it's Steve Rogers. And you hear the Captain America tune going, and that's one of my most favourite things about this film. It's din, 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 just the backups arrived, you know what I mean? Brilliant, man. Love it.
That's it. It's right up there, isn't it, for an entrance? But as he enters, so does Black Widow, so does Hawk, and it's just they just take care of these two, don't they? It's like your first kind of wee fight in the film, sort of thing.
It's awesome. It's a great wee fight for how short it is. Because it's just instant teamwork, man, and they start getting the better of Proxima and 7.5 foot tall guy with a spear. It's a mouthful, that 7.5 foot tall guy with a spear. But Wanda, it's not Wanda, it's Natalie stabs him, didn't she? With his own spear.
Aye, that's it. And Proxima, she gets walloped and all, know what I mean? And they need to just, what is it? Widow says to him, we don't want to kill you, but we will. And that's when Proxima says to her, you'll not get another chance to. And then they're beamed away, aren't they? And you're just like, yes!
Thank you, Captain.
Because Cap and Widow and that have been outlaws this whole time, know what I mean? So you've got to imagine they've been roughing it.
I've been on the run for General Ross and his fucking cronies with their cords, haven't they? But we flash very quickly to Gamora's flashback. So Gamora has a flashback about being a wee girl on her home planet, and Thanos obviously arriving and massacring half her planet, isn't it? And it's all about how he meets Gamora as a wee girl, befriends her, and that's how they've obviously fucking met. You know what I mean?
He kind of gets his point across, doesn't he? That he uses this wee dagger and he's like, look how it's perfectly balanced. Know what I mean? And
as all things
obviously massacres. Kills half her planet. Know what I mean? And she's just obviously cuts back to her and she's on the ship with the other Guardians, isn't it?
My mom. Oh, a knife. That's nice to have knives. She's back going to Milano.
Quill promise, didn't she? She makes Quill promise that if she gets captured by Thanos, that he'll kill her. Because obviously she knows she's got a bit of knowledge about the Soul Stone. And she doesn't want him to get it, know what I mean? But
even says
it's serious, isn't it? And it's like another serious scene. And then it's broke up again with Drax. And he's just standing there eating these nuts. And Quill's like, how long have you been standing there? And he's like, an hour. It's just, I've perfected the art of moving so slow, I've become invisible. It's just,
and then he gives me a demonstration. Watch. And he's moving his wee Zagnut up. Like, dude, I can clearly see you're going to eat that Zagnut. No, you can't. just denies it, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure I'm invisible right now.
Mate,
Oh, the wee mantis comes in. Hi,
apparently,
Drax.
aye. He storms away like a Wayne, didn't he? But apparently, the big Dave Bautista is a laugh on set, just
Right.
naturally funny.
I can imagine that. I'd laugh at his
But-
jokes anyway, I wouldn't like if fucking piss the guy off. But he's a he's a bit of a big sweetheart. I know he's a big soft touch, isn't he? Really, really good.
Aye.
So, but then instantly go to nowhere, aren't we? We're in nowhere after this.
Aye.
Is that right?
And
Aye.
you get there and it's the Guardians show up and it's again they're sneaking up on Thanos and Quill's doing like the hand movements for wait up and all that, but the rest of the Guardians aren't paying attention to him, just carrying on. But it's like you see Thanos in it and he's talking to the Collector. Know what I mean?
See Del
And it's
Toro,
just,
he's got a minimal role in this, but even the two little things he does brilliant. Obviously, the scene's been set that Thanos is interrogating him for the stone, and the Collector's on his back. So Thanos stones on his chest, and the Collector just goes, "Why? What did he lie?" Just brilliant acting, man. And Thanos then just says, "I would imagine it's like breathing for you." Know what I mean? Fucking great line, man.
aye, because he's a dirty bastard is the Collector. But Gamora just takes it upon herself, didn't she? She's just, I'm taking this cunt out right now. Know what I mean? And Thanos kind of nearly stops her, but then she whips out this wee dagger, didn't she? And she stabs him in the chest. And it's just Thanos plays on the old. Aye.
The good thing that he does there, she tries to hit him with a sword, and he snaps the sword, but she takes the bottom half that's snapped and puts it in his neck first. And then, as you say, mate, the wee dagger that had so much sentimentality to the both of them as his parent and daughter. Wee dagger, she stabs him in the chest bit. And then you get the dramatic blood coming out his mouth going, "What?" And Gamora's generally upset that she's killed him.
Aye, because there is definitely a bond there of some kind, isn't there? As you find out later on as well. But it's all a trick, isn't it? And back to the Dick Dastardly. And Thanos has just used the reality stone, isn't he, to make up this fake reality, and then you just see that he's actually burnt nowhere to the ground.
See that, mate? See that transition back to reality? It's amazing. I remember watching it in the pictures and all thinking, this is flawless, by the way. This is amazing. Just the way, that's so good. So good, man. And you just see, I meant to say, sorry, the other thing about Del Toro, just before he turns it back, when Gamora thinks she's killed him, he's in the wee box going, "Bravo! Bravo!" And then as he turns it back, you just see him in the wee box. Bye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm magnificent. Sorry, mate, you're right. I said the wrong words.
Aye. But aye, that's it. And the Guardians, he grabs Gamora, didn't he? And then the Guardians try to rush him, and he turns Drax into he turns Drax into like fucking
Turkish delight,
cement blocks or something.
Square cubes of Turkish delight, and then he does to Mantis what Wanda does to John Krasinski, and fucking Yon Doctor Strange film turns into mad spaghetti.
Aye, but it comes to the face off, doesn't it? And it's
There we go, Grimace.
Quill in there. Aye, I know you wanted to say that there.
A lot of people want to know who Grimace is. Want to know? Well, I would imagine the younger generation now would know who Grimace is, because it's McDonald's in it. It's one of the baddies at McDonald's in it.
Nah. But Because you don't really see them anymore, don't you know?
You don't see Ronald McDonald and Hamburglar and Hamburglar, Grimace and all that anymore. So, and obviously Peters came for Earth 1986, wasn't it? So there'd have been Rafe
Aye.
then, the Grimace and that.
Aye.
But Gamora says to him, mate, you promised, kill me. And then Thanos is just, you heard her, do it.
Aye. He likes to see what Quill's made of, really, isn't he? He's just, and it's like a wee emotional bit into it because Quill is going to kill her. Know what I mean? He does keep his promise, but then he shoots out
Aye.
bubbles, which I think is fucking hilarious. That the fact that Thanos knows what bubbles are.
And it's just genuine shock. And then the gun disappears. And just before Thanos takes Gamora away in the portal, he looks at him. Quill goes, I like him. Like a dad would say, you know what I mean? Just met the boyfriend for the first time.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, that boy. So I mean, into the portal. So the Avengers headquarters.
That's Gamora kidnapped. Aye, that's
Aye.
it. We see Rhodes talking to these generals into it, and still talking about these peace accords fucking things and all this. And then Cap and Co walk in, know what I mean? And it's just,
John Hurt saying to him, aye, hello there, General Ross, you big shagger that you are. It's me. It's Captain America. What? Hey. So Ross just tries to be the big I am again. Just again, you make the Accords pish, which is you forgot about that shite. And Steve just says to him, "Look, I'm past asking your permission for doing anything. Do you know what I mean? And if you get in my roads, we'll fight you and all." Yeah. So the hologram of Ross turns around to Rhodes and goes, "Arrest them. Get right on that." Turns him off. Brilliant, man. That's court martial.
Aye. That's it. You just hear that's the alarm hang, don't you?
You guys look like crap. And then you just hear wee Bruce's voice saying, I think you guys look brilliant. And
Aye.
I wrote down there, Bruce still hasn't changed his clothes. Still in his fucking rags, man.
Superb, man. Aye. And it's just again the wee feelings for Natasha and Bruce again, isn't it? Oh!
What's that new saying on Twitter that's got me in the feels?
Aye.
You know what they do quite a lot in Marvel? Well, Avengers. If I remember, I'll tell you. Aye. Instead of going like that, how you doing, Stephen? How you doing? And all that, I just go like that. Bruce. Nat. Captain.
Aye.
Your Highness.
Honestly,
no. Return the Jedi.
You're failing with something, and you're just trying to be civil. It's just Craig, Chris.
I know. See you next time we have a team meeting. Right, everybody, welcome. Thank you, Rich. Ness. Chris. It'll be funny if we all sync it beforehand. So Vision, they realise they're discussing the stone. They know they're going to come for Vision's stone. Vision says, look, Wanda, you're only one powerful enough to destroy the stone. But
Aye.
all that nonsense. We'll do something else. That's not happening there, Viz. You can't handle it. You get your ass kicked. If I even touch that stone, you'll start greeting. But Steve says, I might have a solution. And it's like, go to Wakanda, didn't they?
That's it.
You don't see that then. You just go to Wakanda, the next scene, and it's T'Challa and Michonne. I just call her Michonne. Walking down the field.
Aye, and they're going to give the Winter Soldier his brand new spanking helmet.
The White Wolf
full and
has rested. That's right. The White Wolf has rested for long enough. But as he presents the brand new vibranium arm with the bits of gold in it and all that to him in a case, it looks lovely. And Bucky's line's just smashing in it.
Where's the fight? So, he knows his job.
Look, I don't know about you as well, right? See that Bucky, before he puts his arm on, he's got the shawl.
Aye.
It just looks like Tartan. It looks like William Wallace. Where's the fight?
Aye.
Fight? I know you can
Oh.
fight. Eat your big bowl of salt and we'll get in the fight. Right, come on.
Ah. Oh, fucking hell, man. I've been assaulted.
It's up to us, Hamish. Thanos is coming, is he? It's up to us, Hamish. Assaulted, you mad bastard. So we're back on the donut, mate, aren't we?
We're back in space. Aye, we're back in the donut. Oh,
Back
we're
in
back on the
Duncan's.
lard lad donut. Aye, and Mo's starting to torture. Starting to torture
Fucking
Strange, isn't he?
SS. The SS Krispy Kreme. Right, I'll behave.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
But Mo's starting to torture Strange, isn't he? And it's just putting these wee needles into his face and all this stuff to try and get this donut. And it looks right so that looks bra, as some of them say.
Big jaggies, man. Aye.
Big jag.
Big jaggies in the phone, mate. So, you've got Tony's looking on for afar, and then the cape, the cloak, Strange's cloak comes up and taps him on the shoulder and goes, hello. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Know what that heavy reminds me? Mind the flying carpet in Aladdin.
Aye.
That's what it fucking pure reminds me, man. Brilliant.
So all through this next act, I've just put awkward cape floating about.
And then next thing, Spider-Man shows himself an odd, isn't he? And it's like a back and forth between him and Tony, and he's just, you're not supposed to be here. I didn't want you to be here. Well, it's kind of your fault.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And now I've got to hear it. And now I've got to hear it. Oh.
But then he goes, right, since you're here, what's your plan, kid, sort of thing, isn't it? And it's just, again, just shows you that it's Peter Parker's age in this, isn't it? He's like, have you ever seen this old movie called Aliens? It's just...
Instantly harks you back to Civil War, German airport, innit? They talk about Star Wars, man. It's brilliant. So what they do is quite good. Long story short, Iron Man confronts Ma, and Ma says, my powers are inconsequential compared to yours and all that. And he goes, yeah, but the kid's seen more movies. And he just blows a hole in the side of the ship, didn't he? And that sucks Ma into space.
Aye.
See you later, Ma!
Aye. Ma! Meatloaf!
Wow! Make me some chicken. Big Bethanol man in Wall Street. Chicken! Oh, he wants some fucking chicken. So he's been sucked out to space, which is obviously causes a vacuum. Strange is on his way out and all, but Peter gets him. Then the big mechanical spider legs come out of the back of his suit, and he's like, oh my God, what's that? And that keeps them in, and Tony freezes up the fucking hole, doesn't he?
Aye, that's it. And then it's...
Just see me, Ma.
Aye. He just floating through his face like a need spider. That was him getting out his final. Yeah.
Brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. So they then say, hey, how you doing, everybody? Thanks for rescuing me. We just saved your magical ass, you bastard. So can we turn this ship around? And then you see Tony's just deep in thought. Tony, he goes, I heard you. But I'm kind of thinking we don't turn the ship around. This is on its way to Titan, I'm guessing. And let's take the fight to him, kind of hanging it. You'll not be expecting that, the Thanos guy. Won't be expecting that, you know?
Aye, because Tony's been saying to him, like, this has been in my head for 6 years, since New York and all this, and I don't know what to do. This seems like the best logical choice. And Strange says to him as well that, listen, if it comes to you, the kid, and the stone, I'll let you two die. nae bother. Know what I mean? And it's like, oh aye, thank you very much, you dirty bastard.
That's good. That's good. Moral compass. Kid, you're an
Aye,
Avenger now. And Peter
that
just
was it.
full
The
of
wee
pride.
Spideys. Aye. Oh mate, I was so proud in the picture. So I was like, yes.
But watching your own Wayne graduating, that brilliant.
Oh,
So we're then
superb,
on
man.
Thanos' ship, mate, aren't we? And there's a wee back and forth between him and Gamora. Because she's like, I've always hated this ship, I've always hated this room, I've always hated that throne. Thanos, like a da, just talks to her normally and goes, I know, you talk me every day for 20 years. Fuck's sake.
Aye. He's like, I also hope that you would sit on it one day. Know what I mean? Take his place. And you're like, oh, look at that. Set that lassie up for life. Just ungrateful bastard.
I know, bitch. Do you know what else Thanos has got in his throne room on a ship? A body of water. In his throne room. His throne room surrounded by a lake in his fucking ship. It's brilliant.
Oh, it's
So-
such a knowledge.
Did I ever tell you the story of Thanos the Purple? Thanos the Titan. By the way, people, see it if you want an absolute laugh. Google search Thanos copter. Google search it.
It's,
And then
it's
tell me
superb.
what you find. It's fucking brilliant. So Thanos says, look, hen, daughter of mine, you know where yon stone is. He's your shite. She's like, no, I don't, Dad. Don't know why you... Oh, you think I've... How would you think I would know this? Jesus Christ. So she's trying to lie, but it takes her into another room, and there's her Nebula, like floating in bits, isn't she? He's going to use her sister against her.
Aye. It's a dirty bastard, that Thanos, because he caught Nebula sneaking onto the ship to try and assassinate him, and he's just torturing her for information, isn't he? But that's where he's found out that Gamora knows where this stone is, and she wasn't never going to tell him where it was, sort of thing. But Gamora's still not coming up with the information, and he just starts torturing Nebula even more, doesn't he?
Oh,
And it's
brilliant.
aye. But again, mate, I think this is why I like this film better, because it's gone places that other superhero films never did. Know what I mean?
Exactly. And do you know why? Because it has to. It has to. People have got to. There's got to be a sense of consequence, or else it's just birthday card pish. You know what I mean? And this scene is brilliant, absolute brilliant. I've got a lot of time for Callan Gillan in this role, by the way. I really like Nebula. I think she's somebody that could have been more explored or for backstory and shit, because I'd like to know if Nebula's actually Thanos' daughter. I think she is, isn't she? And he's got pure disdain for her. You know what I mean?
Because that's why she's got all these mechanical parts and all that, because he's always wanting to improve her.
Try to make her better all the time. So, it's amazing. But anyway, inadvertently, it shows Nebula's recording of a conversation she's had with Gamora, and Gamora tells her, basically, I know where the stone is. Don't tell my dad. Don't tell my dad. I know where your own stone is and that. Nebs. Oh, stone. Know where it is. Don't tell my dad.
Don't tell my dad. I'm going for a cheeky fag there. But aye. Long story short, she tells him where it is, isn't it? And it's a case of, oh, you lying bastard.
Because she Thanos' face. He's fucking disgusted with Gamora about it. He went, that's why I knew you were lying, because I never taught you how. That's why you're so fucking bad at it.
Aye.
And she's obviously distraught. But we then fast forward to Nidavellir. The Forge. Go to the Forge.
The Ford Shopping Centre.
Thor's sulking into it.
But
And Rocket just goes, here we go. As if I better ask him everything all right. You know what I mean?
I know what I mean, but it's just I thought he's just remembering everybody that's been killed and his failures and all this stuff, isn't it? And what is it he says to Rocket? If death, revenge, and all this. They're all great motivators. And what is it? It says, Thanos has never fought. Well, you have fought. He's never fought me twice. And this time I have a new hammer.
Aye, it better be Sam Hammer. But Hemsworth's acting here's fantastic because his eyes are filling up, and it's great because it's there's I think there's but one cutaway for it being a full single shot, and he swipes his eye away and stuff like that, which is really really good. So then me Rocket goes, I'll cheer him up and gives him an eyeball, didn't
he? He was an eye for your troubles, man.
And Thor puts it into the big gaping wound.
Aye, we Rocket. Oh, I'd have washed that first.
Sneak it off. I had to stick it up my. Whoa, we're here.
But as is, the forge is shut into it, so in darkness when it's supposed to be a dying star, bright and all this stuff. Aye. And it's just like, oh, what the fuck's going on here?
Exactly. So then we'll get a very quick flash to Nebula again, who's been looked at by a guard. She manages to break his neck and escape. She does a wee. See this bit with her horn going back into place and all that? Brilliant, man.
Aye.
And then she reaches out to Mantis to say, look, meet me in Titan. I'll get you there. Or come and get me and let's go to Titan. One of the two.
Aye.
And then we're on Titan, aren't we?
Aye. But in fact, see that whole bit there as well. When they get to the folds and all that, Thor goes in and they find out that the dwarfs were forced to make the gauntlet for Thanos and stuff. And it's just the whole thing that all the dwarfs have been killed except for this one. Know what I mean? Who is Peter Dinklage. But aye. But that Thor convinces him we need to make a weapon to kill Thanos. And that's it.
Aye. Idril his name is, isn't it? Aye, so that's a bit
we're on
shite,
Titan.
man.
Aye, we're on Titan, and Tony, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man crash land on Titan. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to fly this thing, and they break the big donut.
Oh, they don't half, man. They don't duke it. They don't duke it properly.
Aye.
No sooner have they crashed, found out that they're all right, they've survived, then the Guardians arrive for a square go, didn't they?
Aye, and it's quick, but it's action packed, isn't it? Just it's showing you all their different techniques for fighting and stuff, and all their advantages they've got over each other and all this stuff.
It's really well done. Ends up in a standoff, doesn't it?
Aye. Oh, mate. Apparently, like if Peter Quill has Spider-Man and he's got a gun pointed to his head, Tony's got Drax on the floor and he's pointing a blaster at him. And Quill asks, where is Gamora? And Tony says, what is it? I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? And apparently this was ad-libbed by Baptista again. He goes, I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? It's so stupid, man.
Look, keep your gun down and I'll just blast this wee guy away. He goes, that's good, great. Yeah, do that. You do that and I'll blow your guy away. Drax just says, go ahead, Quill. I can take it. No, you can't. No, you can't take it. And then Strange gets in the act and goes, let me ask you this one time. Who do you serve? Who do I serve?
Aye.
What, like Jesus? You're a human. Yeah, I'm from Earth. You're from Earth. I'm from Missouri. It's on Earth, dipshit. Brilliant, man.
That's what they find out, isn't it? They're all there to get Thanos, not that, but they're all on the one side sort of thing. Oh.
Aye, that's when I've said the fire at Nivellir needs started and all that. So then Tony and Quill decide to ambush Thanos. And they're having a wee back and forth about the plan and all that. And again, Quill goes like, you know what? I really like your plan, except it sucks. So here's my plan. Brilliant, man.
Aye. And that's when Mantis, isn't it? She notices Doctor Strange doing the fast forward thing into it.
Take an epi.
Aye.
It's
But
just
that's when he says he went and checked all the alternate realities into it and all the scenarios, and they only win one scenario, and everybody's like, oh.
aye. And the odds are 14,006,001, 5 to 1. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So chances are a bit slimmer. I'd still put £1 on it, but you know what I mean? Then we end up in Vormir, where Gamora's eventually divulged to Thanos is where the Soul Stone is.
Aye.
And Vormir, although it's no volcanic, it gives me a Mustafar vibe for some reason. It's like a death planet, you know what I mean? It's just fucking mental. They're walking up towards the double fort tower, and a wee floating dude on the stairs. Hello, Thanos, son of Robert, Gamora, daughter of Thanos. And we don't see who it is for a spell. But it's the Red Skull for Captain America. And he later divulges that he was banished there when he tried to hold one of the Infinity Stones way back in Captain America, the first Winter Soldier. And that's for his crimes. He was fucking banished to Vormir. Forever shall he remain floating about.
Aye. Aye. And he leads them up to this platform, doesn't he? And he tells them the whole thing that to get the Soul Stone, you must sacrifice that what you love. A soul for a soul. And
Gamora, she gets ahead of herself, didn't she? She DiCaprio memes for a wee while there. Oh, yeah, big dick. You love nothing. You're fucked. But while she's doing that, you just see Thanos, again, animation, amazing, because it's like a real person acting, just wrestling with the one thing he knows he does love. And she's like, tears, really? And then wee Red Skull just says, they're not for him. He looks at her and she goes, you're kidding me on that. What? Me? That's no love. What time you touched me? No.
Fucking hell, man.
But
Thanos
really does genuinely love Gamora as a daughter, doesn't he?
And that's it. Because there's obviously a bond between them. See, obviously, when she thought she killed him, and obviously he has to do this, know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, there's a wee bit of love there. There must have been happy memories as they went about massacring everybody. Imagine it just split into a wee thought of Thanos' head and it's them running through the daffodils with machetes, just chopping people up. Raindrops falling on my head.
How did a wee lassie running about with his helmet on and all that? Hey, Daddy, can I push the button? Okay, on you go. Brilliant, man. So, no sooner have we found out, Thanos just grabs her arm, didn't he? And what felt like the longest time in the pictures in the cinema drags her towards the edge of this cliff. And it's a long walk and it's slow and the music's dramatic. Gamora's fighting for her life. There's no pause in her, no. When he gets to the edge, he just does it, man. He just flings her right at the edge. You're like that.
Again, another big character, know what I mean, gone. And you're just like, oh, Jesus, know what I mean? But see, you're just watching Thanos' face and all as he's watching her go down. And obviously, when she hits the ground and all that, he reacts and all this stuff, know what I mean? You're like, fuck's sake, man. This is intense.
The score, I hate saying that, man, but the music really lends to it, I know, because it builds up into a big crescendo and it's sad. Flashes red, and then Thanos is lying in the pool of water, isn't he?
I'm just going out in my head there. So when he wakes up and he's got a stone in his horn. Imagine the Red Skull was just standing there like, you're just like your father, giddy like the schoolboy.
You're between them? Are you crazy? Slow down. I don't like fast women.
Oh
See,
man.
see Thanos lying in that like inch of water. You think he's standing up at the time, didn't you? Until the camera pans round and you see him lying down. It's great as well the way it's done. So that's him. He's got another stone. Doing well at this game, the big boy. We then flash to Wakanda,
Yep.
and it's decided that Shiri is going to try and remove Viz's stone. She says she can do it,
Aye.
but how long it's going to take is another matter of time in it. And then
Aye.
your own baddies arrive.
You see when they get there, I know. Another thing that's brilliant. Rhodey says to Bruce, he's a king, you need to bow. And then see when Bruce goes to bow, he's like, what are you doing?
I know.
Fucking
What are
brilliant,
you
man.
doing? We don't do that here. You fucking idiot. Mad Rhodey's just delighted with his effort there, isn't he?
Oh, it's superb, man. But aye, when the bad guys start arriving into it, it's we
Something's entered the atmosphere, brother.
Aye, see Chadwick Boseman, he is a good Black Panther. Because see when I used to read the comics and all that, I really didn't like T'Challa because he's more like see Namor. He's arrogant, know what I mean? Whereas
Regal.
T'Challa's like Chadwick Boseman's thing, mate, is more like normal, if you know what I mean.
The man of the people, that boy.
Aye.
He wouldn't be adverse to a McDonald's drive-through, I would imagine, you know. Instead of a pheasant and game truffle pizza. You know what I mean?
Aye, but that's it. It's just we T'Challa. Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses and get this man a shield.
That's how you like to say that. What's he going to say? Aye, because there's a donut. There's another donut flying about in space. And it's letting off bits of Toblerone. And they're landing. One lands on the dome and destroys itself, so the rest land out with the dome, didn't they?
Aye. And this is it.
We get back to the forge very quickly.
Yeah. Aye. And this is it.
The forge, mate. There's hard in the forge.
Aye.
Doors were open.
Aye. Thor gets. Fuck's sake. Oh. Thor gets the big rings spinning again, didn't he? Oh, fucking hell, man. Oh. But he starts the forge starts up again, doesn't it? And obviously the mechanism in the middle breaks off. And it's like, oh, we nearly had it there, lads. It was nearly a game was nearly a goer. You know what I mean? But that's in. He says, how long do you need to open for? It's just like a couple of minutes to heat the metal. He's like, right, well, I will open this up.
This mad dwarf, right? This mad dwarf that's been doing this for about 1,100 years. How long do you need to heat the metal? I don't know. Couple of minutes. You've been doing this for a long time, mate, no?
I just usually bang it in the microwave, you know what I mean? Couple of holes in it and that's it.
So Thor decides, I'm going to open the iris. Mm-hmm. You realise what you're about to do, boy. Take on the full power of the star. You know what I mean? This is if we hadn't had it before, this is a true kind of grade of how powerful Thor is, isn't he, man?
Aye.
When he opens this eye.
Because that's what it says. He went, what is it? It says, he went, what is it, boy? You're about to take the whole power of the star. It'll kill you. He goes, only if I die. Yes. That's what killing you means.
Brilliant. Always. The comedy in this is timed to perfection. It really is brilliant.
Aye. Aye. It's good. It's no forced like other ones now, you know what I mean? It's like.
You can tell Taika Waititi was nowhere near it, man.
Aye. But goes back to Wakanda, doesn't it? And then this is when you see Proxima and Big Brutus. Aye. Know what I mean? He bought Be. He bought Be.
Bruce is in the Hulkbuster, isn't he?
Aye. And
But see Nat here, when they walked into the dome, she's a cold bitch, man. She
aye.
goes says to Proxima, "Where's your friend?"
Aye.
I think he's dead.
Aye. Know what I mean?
Oh, you
Oh,
bitch.
aye. Your mother's been telling stories about me again. Imagine,
You're
imagine she
seven and
just
a half
broke it.
foot tall guy with a spear.
Imagine she just broke into William Wallace. Take this, Harney. Go back to your homes. If your commander comes out, puts his head between his own legs, and kisses his own ass. Mac Proxima like that. Heathens!
You do that, and you'll live today. So they have a wee back and forth verbally. Their heroes kind of say, "Aye, well, you're going to spill some blood," but Proxima just goes, "We've got blood to spare." Because you don't know what's coming yet. I didn't know in the pictures. Like, what's happening? Who's coming? Is it going to be many of these the baddies for the first one? You know what I mean? The people with the fucking golden masks and that. But no, Shatari, sorry, but that's it, mate. Next thing, it's our T'Challa with E-Bombe! E-Bombe! And they start racing, getting ready because the rabid dogs are coming, mate, aren't they?
These fucking psychotic things, isn't it? Because they're following feral creatures, aren't they? Because even they charge at the shield and all that, they start killing themselves just to get through this fucking thing. You know what I mean? But as they're doing that, they're going further and further in this dome, into it. And that's what they say is if one of them gets behind here, it's a clear path to vision sort of thing. And that's when they make the decision we need to keep them here, so we need to open the dome for them. And it's like, oh.
So they do that, the E-Bombay, they Wakanda forever, and they start dun, 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 they run towards the dome. And Steve Rogers and T'Challa have NOS legs, man. Just hit the NOS buttons. Brilliant.
Oh, mate, super. But see, just the fighting and all that, mate, it was mega. Seeing the pictures, man, I was like, tell you, mate, I was transported back to being a Wayne. I was like, this is superb, man. Just fucking
So good.
the big climax of everything.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so fast paced in that. And they rabid dog kings, man. I mean, because even the ones that broke through the shield before they opened the door have like skinned themselves and burnt themselves, and they're mental, man.
Aye.
But we got a wee shot of everybody here. We get Rhodey like letting off bombs and Sam flying over, and excellent, mate. Really, really good.
Aye, it's good, man. All the while, sure, he's trying to remove the stone for Vision. Know what I mean? Just getting backs to that and stuff. But as the battle's going on, the good guys' army starts to get overwhelmed into it, because you're starting to see like the Hulkbuster getting overwhelmed. Captain America, he's getting bought with this mad fucking feral chihuahua looking thing. Know what I mean?
So we very quickly get back to the Forge. Thor's opened the eye, and then he's collapsed. So E3 casts a mould, breaks it open with his big metal horns, and two bits of Stormbreaker are lying. Where's the handle? Where's the handle? Now, you maybe might have looked for that before you started, you fucking idiot. But this is where Groot stops being a selfish teenager and goes up. And he joins Stormbreaker's two halves with his own kind of roots and all that, and makes a handle for it, doesn't he? And chops his area in half. Brilliant, man.
That's it. The whole that's what I mean. See, everybody in this, mate, they all play their part. Even if it's so minute, everybody plays their own wee part. But you're just seeing Stormbreaker into it. It starts to rise, and you see the lightning and all that coming off it. You see Thor's horn, like, yes!
Brilliant, innit?
Aye. But
really, really good, man. So back to Wakanda. As you say, they're getting the best of them, aren't they? And then big bit of lightning just appears. It's actually, well, it's Bifrost in it, because you can summon the Bifrost with the Stormbreaker, can't you?
Stormbreaker, aye. and that's it. The Stormbreaker flies round and knocks all these things off people and all that into it. And then you get that music again. You're like, then that's when the goosebumps. Can see that? I think Thor could be.
My missus is crawling in the flare. I've got a background on. Oh, excellent.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Aye, Enter Thor, man's brilliant in it. Avengers music kicks in.
I thought you were talking to the dog or something.
She's in to get the Wayne's trainers in a jacket, and she's crawling in the flare. I'm like, I've got a background on, you can't see you. Oh,
Is that you, Rambo?
That you, darling. Yeah, see what you're doing there.
Oh, aye, but Thor's entrance in it is just mega because he just as he shouts, "Bring me Thanos," and him, Rocket and Groot just run at this army, and like the whole picture goes dull into it, apart from the lightning, and it just everything is just mega.
Looks tremendous. Looks absolutely brilliant. Because even when he appears, Bruce pulls back his helmet, goes, "You guys are so screwed now." So we're on Titan now.
Aye. Thanos arrives on Titan, didn't he, through this portal. And tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be a mad bastard.
And Strange is just sitting on his shelf, waiting for him, kind of thing.
Aye.
And they have a good back and forth where Thanos is explaining himself to Strange. Strange isn't having it, goes like, "Oh, whoopie-doo, you're a prophet." "No, I'm not a prophet, I'm doing what needs to be done," kind of thing.
Aye.
So he's just keeping him talking, but next thing you know, Thanos looks up and there's a building approaching him, or some sort of structure.
Iron Man crashes whatever this is right on top of him, didn't he? And this is where the ambush kind of starts, isn't it? And it's the Guardians and some of the Avengers just try to beat Thanos, innit?
It's great. Absolutely great. So it goes on for a bit. It goes on for a good bit. So Tony's dropped the ball on Thanos. Says, "There you go, easy, piece of cake." And Quill instantly says, "Aye, if you want to piss him off." And again, Thanos getting out of that, just it looks raging. That's kind of pure temper, man. And the back and forth between him and all the Avengers, we'll call them, is just brilliant, man. But they rush him in such a way that they've all got a hold of him, and then Mantis drops in, didn't she, and kind of takes Ares' brain.
That's it. They all use their own wee tactics and their own wee know-hows to kind of subdue Thanos, don't they? So they can try and get this gauntlet off him. But see, right, they're taking the gauntlet off him, right, and Mantis has got him, and they're all struggling. They're just showing you how powerful Thanos is, know what I mean? But then Quill starts questioning him about Gamora.
Gamora? Aye. Mantis could have kept their fucking mouth shut, and Nebula. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, 100%. Aye, they just didn't help the soup here. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Just added fucking unwanted ingredients. But it's just, because I remember, see, after this film came out, people were genuinely fucking so angry at Quill. See, even Chris Pratt. I'm sure Chris Pratt get fucking pelters off like the general public for this. Know what I mean?
You make another film because of you.
But obviously, it comes out in the washing, doesn't it, that Thanos killed Gamora to get the Soul Stone, and that leads to Quill going a wee bit raging, and he obviously reacts and he starts hitting him, effectively breaking Thanos out his trance into it. And
knocking Mantis's horns off his head.
Aye. And he's 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room.
And the gauntlet's just about half, and he catches it with 2 fingers, doesn't he? And see the way his eyes go for cloudiness back to, yeah, it's there, mate. See the way his eyes go for cloudy back to, as you say, back in the room, man.
Aye.
Smashing. So he grabs the gauntlet, smashes every cunt around about him, and now he's pissed off. He just decides to summon a planet, a moon, a small moon, from outer space, onto top of Tony Stark, doesn't he?
Aye. But it cuts back to Wakanda as well. And Wanda leaves Vision to help on the battlefield because these big spinning pointy wheel things appear for
Jaggy
some reason.
wheels.
Aye, big grass cutters there.
There's even a wee bit of back and forth with Steve and Thor. Ah, you're back, are you? Aye. New haircut, aye. I like you've copied my beard. This is my friend, Tree. Say hello. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
Aye, but it's good at it. But when Wanda takes care of these big fucking machine things in it, Michonne, as you call her, she just goes, "Why was she up there all this time?"
That's funny.
Aye,
and then
brilliant, man.
Instantly goes to Proxima. It was a plan all along to get her out of there. That's her. She's on the battlefield. You know what I mean? Again, she's touching her ear. It's just funny. So, I mean, so battlefield, alien tech, still in your ear. So it was a plan all along.
Vision's
before
attack.
you know it, before you know it, the Vision's wee room's been breached by 7.5 foot tall guy with a spear. Who's no dead. They wanted them to think he was dead.
The old switcheroo, eh? Works every time.
Aye. So it batters litters everybody in the way to Vision. Hooks wee Sherry and falls out a window with Vision. And before you know it, Wanda's in a bit of bother there. You're all alone. She's not alone.
Aye.
All single ladies, all single ladies, all single ladies. I put your spears up. I put your spears up.
See, this one actually worked. You know how they do it again in Endgame, and it's all the women, right? And I get it. They want that thing for all the young lassies, all the women out there. You get all the women superheroes and all this all in one scene, but make it natural, right? Because the scenes leading up to this, Wanda is obviously way Michonne. Widow is obviously way Michonne, know what I mean?
Aye.
And they're all in that area together, know what I mean? It makes sense. Whereas that other one just felt forced. Like this big massive battlefield and you're on the one place.
Ladies, they all just appear, stop fighting who they're fighting, know what I mean? But so the lassies all have a good fight scene with Proxima. But Viz is getting stabbed again. Do you know what I mean? And Bruce,
he's no use as Vision.
Melts. Aye, Bruce says, "While this is going on and all, Bruce is in Hulkbuster fighting the big bear dude, and he grabs his arm and sends him up to the dome and just scrapes him to death." It's brilliant.
Aye, because he's trying to get Hangman. He's trying to get the Hulk back out again, isn't he? And he's like, "Oh, screw you, you big green asshole! I'll do it myself."
Amazing.
Oh, that boy's got a mental health issue. He's arguing with himself.
He scrapes that big thing to death with the claw, and then Wanda, back to that fight, Wanda ends up lifting up Proxima with her powers and pushing her right into one of the big jaggy wheels, and that's her away. You know what I mean? That's what she had to do the first time.
Aye, because my widow like that. Well, that was disgusting.
It was. Back to Titan. Fight still going on with Thanos and the tag team. You know what I mean? Strange is kind of fighting him for a wee bit and try to use his powers best he can. Thanos sends like a flurry of rock to him, and what's amazing, this bit, Strange just turns him on to blue butterflies, isn't it?
Aye, that's what I mean. That's what I liked about this as well, because it's like, see, Strange, well, obviously, like comics and all that stuff, right? Aye, but seeing this, he holds his own. Know what I mean? He's not just a mad mystic fucking bleh. Know what I mean? But it's just, again, that disappeared in like the multiverse of madness, I know. He just turned into a complete fucking useless wet soak. Know what I mean? But anyway,
So he has his go at him, and then Tony's back. It's Tony and Thanos, and Tony's giving it his all, and he manages to to cut Thanos. And it always reminds me of Rocky 4, but it takes fucking Rocky about 5 rounds. He's cut. He's cut. The Russian's cut, and it's a bad cut. You're like, oh, it's cut him. But Thanos just does say
he's not a
all of
machine.
that. All that for a drop of blood. And then Thanos like that. I'm pissed off now. And fucking goes at it with Tony, doesn't he?
Aye, that's it. And it's just he's starting to say about Tony, and obviously because it's the nano suit and that bits are starting, because it was good how they done that as well. See, his bits were getting blown off. He was taking rid of the nano suit to bits when he needed it. Know what I mean? But
that's right. See when he punches his helmet off Robert Downey Jr.'s face as if the fuck I'm doing. So it's great, man. Absolutely brilliant.
Aye, but it was good, man, because it started. Tony's trying his all, and he's trying to put him down, to stop him. Know what I mean? Because it's been in Tony's head for 6 years. He's took it upon himself that he has to protect the world against this guy. Know what I mean? And it eventually ends up he makes this spike out of the nano suit, doesn't he, to stab Thanos, and he goes to stab him, and Thanos stops it, doesn't it? Snaps it off, and then stabs Tony with it. And you see that? See when the music just cuts off and everything? It's like, oh, what? Know what I mean?
Again, it's great acting by Downey Jr. because the shock factor on his face is probably akin to Tony Stark thinking he's untouchable. But you've stabbed me, you bastard. You can't, how you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? But in a good way, Thanos says to him, you know what I mean? He cradles him back down to the ground and says, "You have my respect, Stark." You know what I mean? That was a good fight, mate. Well done. You got hurt, kid.
Aye, but it's just, because I mean, I remember in the pictures, mate, there was a woman audibly behind me went like that. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my heart! Oh.
Aye. Oh, but
long story short, Strange ends up giving Thanos the time stone, didn't he?
Aye, he spared Tony's life. Know what I mean?
Aye.
You know, just
after saying he wouldn't.
Aye.
So Thanos disappears. Tony looks at Strange, goes, "What have you done?" And Strange just says, "We're in the end game now." I'm like, said the thing with the next film.
I said the thing. But next thing we're back on Wakanda into it, and it's just the whole mood has changed into it. Like there's like a breeze in the trees and all this stuff, and it's like, oh, something bad's coming. And Cap says everybody on me, know what I mean? But nice sooner.
This is Thanos' best entrance.
Aye.
I think
it just
the smoking back the way and him coming out it is all right. It's just fucking
nonchalant, isn't it?
Just, one stone away. One stone away from it, man. So the first person to kind of accost him is Bruce and the Hulkbuster, and he just slow-mo rides his challenge and then melts him into a cliffside, man. Fucking superb.
He's just unstoppable, isn't he? As he crushes War Machine in his suit. I think he just takes Sam out of the game. Know what I mean? He's just lying there. Know what I mean?
The two right hooks that T'Challa and Steve Rogers take are immense. Especially T'Challa's. T'Challa takes one of the ones where his head is the centre of gravity to get into the ground, his body follows about half an hour later, know what I mean? Oh, smashing.
And it cuts to Wanda and Vision into it, and Vision saying to Wanda, "We're out of time, you need to do this, you need to destroy this stone into it." And it's just like you says, "Oh, my heart's lost."
Aye. And I can't, what is it he whispers again as she's killing him?
I just feel you or something.
Feel you, that's right. Aye. So she does it. Eventually, she's holding off Thanos and destroying the stone at the same time, and the stone gets destroyed. and Vision's dead.
It's-
But Thanos just isn't perturbed at all. He gets an initial shock, and then he just remembers to himself, oh, here, I've got your own
Aye.
green thing here. But he
You
says to
see that
Wanda,
as well?
says, like, what does he say to her again? Like, I've known loss as well, child, more than you'll know.
Aye. Aye, exactly. And she's like, "How the fuck could you know what?" She's like, "Oh," he's like, you don't know me, man. You don't know me. It's just my journey, man."
You know?
Oh,
So
I
Thanos
see that
just,
as well. See with Captain America tries to stop Thanos as well, and he's just holding him back, getting his own on it, and it's just not enough. You know what I mean? Just pushes him away with ease. It's just like, but
and then smashes him a right cross, know what I mean?
aye,
Brilliant. So Thor then just, the gauntlet lights up with a green ring on it. You're like, ah, fucking time stone, man. I remember thinking that at
aye.
times. I didn't think about it. And then as soon as the green ring goes around his gauntlet, I'm like, oh, fucking time stone. Just reverses everything. The explosion coming back into itself. Superb. And Vision's back into for the shortest time. Wanda gets fucking leathered. And
Aye.
then the sense of scale where Thanos picks him up with that one horn and then just pinches the stone out his head, crushing every bit of his head round about it is phenomenal, man.
Aye. Aye. Then just throws him away like a wet chamois after he's done.
Oh,
Know what I mean?
shit. Throws him away like a soiled sock.
But he puts the store on the gauntlet into it, and that's him got all stones. But as he's enjoying himself, know what I mean? You just see Thor coming through the sky.
Aye, Stormbreaker
And
first and then Thor behind it.
aye, and it's just stuck in Thanos' chest, isn't it? And it's just Thor getting a wee bit of revenge, know what I mean? Just wasting time. Because you're just like that. Just get it done, son.
Told you I would kill you. And he just pushes it in even more, and you're like, ah, oh, that must be nearly through the back of him, that thing. But
Aye.
Thanos just whispers through his pain, should have gone for the head, didn't he?
That's it. And the next thing, click. And it's just, oh my days. What's happened? What's happened? Because even
Mental.
then, isn't it? Thor's saying to him, what did you do? Know what I mean? And Thanos just disappears through a portal. Like that. Genie bye.
And then we've got the most kind of harrowing minute and a half of people just disappearing. Heroes,
Aye.
warriors,
What?
people that
See
can't
again,
die in
mate.
a Marvel film.
Aye. See, like that woman behind me, she just kept going like that. What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Oh my, why is that? Oh no, what's so then it goes to Titan, right? And the Guardians start disappearing and all that stuff, right? But then see when you heard Spider-Man, he's got like, Mr. Stark, right? See this woman behind me? She be like that. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no Spider-Man.
No, the Wayne. Oh no. It's really well done. It's horrible to watch, man, because we've been growing up with these, not growing up with him, but we've been on that journey with him, man, for the last 10 years or so. And you're like, how are these people dying, man? But it's brilliant. And Tony,
Because
it's like losing his son in it.
apparently that wasn't scripted either. Apparently that was ad libbed with Tom Holland. And if true, then that's tremendous and all. Adds to it, know what I mean?
Forgot
But
to say as well, mate, see the before we see people, when Thanos snaps his fingers before he disappears, he goes into a kind of a limbo where he sees young Gamora and he walks up to him, she turns around and goes like that, did you do it? Was it worth it?
aye,
And then you see Thor saying, what have you done? But it's
true.
mental,
But
man.
aye, because it's even strange says to Tony, it was the only way. Know what I mean? And then he disappears. Know what I mean? And it's just Tony's left on Titan with Nebula. Know what I mean? Like two just total strangers. Know what I mean? You're like, ah, fuck's sake. And then
No, never just says, didn't she? He did it.
aye,
You know what I mean?
and you go back to Wakanda and it's the same. That's when it hits Steve Rogers and on it, and he's just like, oh my god. And as you then it just goes to obviously the garden as it's later gets called, and it's Thanos, and he just sits there like that was smashing that.
Oh, what a day. Aye, yeah. Better get the big cauldron of soup on and go and pick my jaggy fruits in a minute.
But then
And it
that's
just goes to black. It just goes to fucking Sopranos, doesn't it?
Aye, oh mate, and see, I know Endgame was brilliant and all that, right? But see, for me, they should have just ended that section of the MCU right there, and just went with a different universe after that,
Really?
and just had it like the bad guy wins. Because although
But then
Endgame is good, know what I mean? But see, just for this, that Thanos wins. Know what I mean? It's just
aye.
But
What if? Know what I mean?
aye, totally. Know what I mean?
But then they wouldn't have been able to introduce their new Marvel subject hero, Ms. Marvel, between the two films. You're like, why did nobody else get that honour? You know what I mean?
Aye.
But hey ho, it is what it is, and we still thoroughly enjoy it, and we love it and stuff like that. So, hadn't seen, mate. It's again during the blip for another angle. It's Kobe Smulders and Samuel L. Jackson in the four before,
Aye.
and then they're nearly involved in a crash, aren't they?
Aye, that's it. And it's just like you say, is the blip is happening where they are, isn't it? And it's Nick Fury, and he notices his wee pals away, and that's when he presses this pager, isn't it? And then he clocks himself down, and he just, it's no just about to say, "Motherfucker," and it just disappears.
Gets
but-
mother out. But
Aye.
again, the technology, we've got a pager, we've got flip phones, and that's it. It goes to credits and says Thanos will return.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye. It was superb, mate. Again, I put it beside like Empire Strikes Back, where the baddies actually win. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It sends like a different message that no everything is always going to be hunky dory. Know what I mean? It's just bad shit's going to happen.
Good doesn't always prevail over evil.
That's it.
Look at the world we fucking live in. Do you know what I mean?
And it often
Bad
happens.
things happen.
Aye. There's a lot of it happens in the comics and stuff, mate. Know what I mean? It's like the good guys don't always win. Simple.
It makes for a much better, much believable, although a fantasy film, a much more believable fucking fantasy film, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Because I keep saying that sense of consequence and loss. And there's some of the best shows on television, like Vikings, right?
Mhm.
All the main players all died at some point. It never took away for the show. It just kept going, and we had new heroes, and then they died, and then other heroes. Great.
Aye.
And if it's
That's
written well, it fucking works, man.
Aye.
But what will you be giving this out of 10?
Oh, I'll get a solid 10. It's definitely it's my favourite Marvel film anyway. So, and it was 10 years of everything all coming to a head. You know what I mean?
Aye, absolutely amazing, absolutely brilliant. Can't fault it. We can fault it, but it just doesn't matter. Just doesn't fucking matter. Stupid teeny wee things, man. Everybody's on point. It's amazing. CGI, fucking story, the way it's done. I'm going to stop talking now. It's a 10 again. Have you got a wee Glaswegianism for it?
Avengers running battle.
I'll call it never ending square go. And ladies and gentlemen of the world that listen to us, thanks very much. That's episode 50. Happy birthday to us. End of series 2. We will be back with series 3 probably next week. If no, we'll discuss if we have a wee week off or so. We'll wait and see. With new artwork, such like, and new things, I'm going to have a wee couple of ideas maybe I want to put to you, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching, listening, sharing, liking, as always, and all that, because if you don't, then we're just two guys talking, recording each other.
I like to watch us back talking to one another.
But we're getting the likes and all that, so it's good. So thank you very much. Have you had a thought about the blockbuster opening of season 3? Or are you keeping it under wraps and now?
I have, but I think we'll see what we're doing first, and then I'll tell you. You know what I mean?
Aye, I've got a funny feeling what you're going to do.
What's your funny feeling? Go.
Endgame.
No, it did cross my mind.
No, I know it would have crossed your mind, but can I share a good wee fact about Endgame? One of these Easter eggs that people just don't fucking know, and I only found out like 2 weeks ago as well. See the orchestral opening for Avengers. Now, dun, 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 at the start of Endgame, they take half the orchestra out it to signify the blip. And they have half the people out the animation behind the Marvel name because they're all missing. But you could see that, but the orchestra is half what it should be. I was like,
it's cool, isn't it, man? It's cool.
Amazing. But I better go, man. I've got to go and pick up an amplifier from a friend before he punts it on to a Jakey.
Well, thanks a lot.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky.